Hey, so I got a question for you. Life gets busy sometimes, and it is super easy to let things fly. Like, I don't know about you, but I got stuff going on. Like, if it's not work and I'm shooting video for you guys, creating content, writing blog posts, doing videos, managing the stuff, private clients, and all the things that go along with it, my day gets really full really quickly. And if I am not paying attention, the thing that falls off the radar is family time, right? Like, it is crazy the amount we have to do. I've got 2 athletic teenagers. I've got a wife who works full-time. I've got a full-time job, and we just manage the world. It seems like the world is, but like just the default, the stuff that we do every day is bigger than we know how to get done. I've got kids who've got practices early in the morning and late at night. I've got volunteer activities. I've got work stuff in the middle. We've got errands. We've got all the things that go along with it. We've got PTA meetings and all the stuff. And before you know it, our day-to-day life is bigger than we know how to deal with. So how in goodness name are we going to make quality time or family time a priority? Because that's the thing that, if we're not careful, falls off. And one of the things that I hear from dads all the time is like, we just don't make any time for family, right? And it's totally understandable, right? That when your boss says, this is your deadline, you got to get it done, you got to do this and this and this, it's much easier to hear that and be like, that's the thing I'm aiming at because that's the thing someone handed me. And it just seems like another chore when it's like, oh my gosh, we have to add family time. We have to do something as a family. And that can feel so heavy and burdensome, and I'm just tired talking about it. So today we have put together a post and a PDF just for you guys who said you want more family time, but you don't want it to be drudgery, you want it to be more fun, and you know, like, where are we going? We're going to the botanical garden, where everybody's like, or we're going to do that thing that we do all the time over and over and over again, and nobody really wants to go anymore, and it's not that exciting. And oh no, God. Yeah, see, it doesn't have to be that way. We want to make family time dad-friendly, kid-friendly, and spouse-friendly. And the way to do that, first of all, there's a couple things that we need to do. The first thing we need to do is stop doing it all by ourselves. Because if it's not happening and you're super aware of it, it's likely somewhere on your spouse's radar that they recognize that it's not happening either. But when you're both sitting back there going, you know, we really should do something as family. Yeah, I know, we should really do something as family. Often nothing happens. So what we want to do is we want to get together and we want to say, you know, it's about partnership, right? It's about partnerships. Nobody is carrying the burden. Like, what are we need to do more family time. Let's do more family time. It's like, what can we do that is super easy, super fun, and doesn't require any planning? That's the first place to start. What can we do that's super easy, kind of fun, and doesn't require any planning? Things like that can be a game night. Doesn't cost anything. You can just pop out a card game, board game, poof. You can play Twister, you can play Jenga, you can play all kinds of very cool games, I'm just telling you. Something low-key. Family time can also be something like Taco Tuesday, where the kids can help by getting the sour cream out if they're young and getting all the condiments out, which are awesome for tacos. And if they're older, they can actually cook and set the table, because thank God for kids, or setting the table would never happen. So finding something super easy that you can throw on the calendar and start some momentum where there's some fun and some ease, and then start to figure out, like, how often would we like to do something as a family together, and what kinds of things would we like to do? Do we want to do like 1 or 2 things a week at home in the evenings where we read together, or we play a game, or we have a themed meal, or we have a movie night, or whatever that thing is? Or do we want to, like, maybe we want to do something bigger, like a half day, like on a Saturday, we might go to a museum in the city, or we might go to a historical place, or we might go to a water park. And once a quarter, put an overnight into it, so that you might go someplace like, oh, we're going to go stay at this cheap little cabin by a lake in November. Why? Because it's got a wood-burning stove, it's totally cool, and it's an excuse to have s'mores, because s'mores. This video brought to you by s'mores. So look, the bottom line is there's two parts to this post. The first part of this post is starting to share how important it is to you that you get some family time together with your spouse. Because if we don't make time in our calendar, the calendar will get sucked up with all the things that we're otherwise committed to and all the other obligations we have in life. The second piece is partner up with your spouse and partner up with your kids, because they can start brainstorming around it. They can start looking forward to it. They can help participate in the planning. And that also pushes back on the drudgery who's like, I can't believe we have to go do family time. The family time can actually be something that they help participate in. Like, hey, we want to go paddleboarding on the lake. And then they created it, so they get excited about it. Or we want to go play badminton in that park. Okay, they created it, so they get excited about it. Then we just get to go along with the show. If we create it as a team activity, everybody wants to be on a team, it gets on the calendar, it's predictable, people know what's coming. Hey, you know what? Remember Saturday, you guys, we're going into the city, we're going to go see that new thing that's coming out. There's a big craft show, there's an art opening, there's a music venue, there's a wooden boat festival, whatever that thing is. Then it's on the calendar, it becomes kind of predictable, and everybody knows it's there. And it becomes that, oh yeah, of course we're going to go do that. Does it become like an obligation? Yeah, because it's on your calendar. But is it in service of what you want? Yeah, because, family time. It's important. Because before you know it, they will be gone. Before you know it, they will be off. My friend Josh Meisner says this thing that just strikes to the heart of it. We get 18 summers with our kids. 18 summers before they're out of the house. 18 summers before they off to college. 18 summers before they're off to a job. 18 summers before they go off to the military or whatever their path chooses in the world. 18 summers is the time that we get with them. What are we doing with the time that we have? It will pass like that before we know it. I'm trying to make every day count because I've got a teenager who's going to be a senior this year, and she is going to be gone next year. So this is the first part of the video, which is about creating team and getting people participating and get it structured and get some consistency around it to get some more family time. The second part is the PDF. The PDF has a bunch of awesome links and a bunch of ideas of things that you can do in your community with family time. Some brainstorming, some out-of-the-box stuff, because it's really easy to feel like, oh my gosh, can't believe we're doing the same stuff. Oh, really? We're going to do that again? Can't we do something different? And we all get that. We all get into a rut. It's like, oh, we're going to play the same 3 games that we've always played, or we're going to that thing that we do. And sometimes consistency in the same place is good, but sometimes we need to change it up. So the PDF has a bunch of ideas, a bunch of links, a bunch of places to research about fun things to go do, and activities, and indoor and outdoor, and active and not active, and like that. So take a look at that. And if you have questions, you have concerns, you have ideas of your own that we should be updating our list with, I want to know all about those. So either hit it in the comment if you're watching it on YouTube, or on the blog, or reply if you're seeing this in an email, because we want to hear from you about what activities you love, what things our list is missing, and what breakthroughs you found in spending family time together. This has been Charlie with Heroic Fatherhood. See you on the inside.